we're supposed to have a new episode today, but we're getting a new roof apparently put on our apartment. I had no idea that the landlord had this in the works, but it's just been nothing but stomping and messes and throwing boards around, and I cannot record in my normal space at my house on account of all the construction. So I thought it would be fun if I took you around the city and showed you some of the stops on the crime tour that are not about crime. Yes, it is mostly about crime, but we stop at a number of other really interesting spots around the city, and here are just a couple of them. One of the first things we talk about on the tour is the fact that there's been a pretty long-standing rumor, even since I was a kid, that the LDS Church owns all of the skylights above the city, and that no building can be taller than the church office building. From everything I've been able to find online, that's not true. If anyone knows different, please let me know. And in fact, the church office building is not the tallest building in Salt Lake City. It is that one behind me, the Wells Fargo Tower. Now, Wells Fargo has a little bit of an interesting history because they weren't originally bankers. Originally, they were in woman shipping. They shipped ladies across the country. That's because in the 1800s, it wasn't safe for women to travel by themselves. So you would hire Wells Fargo armed guards and stagecoaches to take her to her destination if she was going cross country, make sure she got there safe. And in fact, there is still a full stagecoach on display in the first floor of the Wells Fargo building. They eventually went on to start shipping gold for the gold rush, which is how they got into banking. Also, fun fact for you, they were for a hot second a detective agency, Wells Fargo was. And I imagine it's probably a la the Pinkertons, where they were just running around the Old West being bullies, but that's the history of Wells Fargo. And that is the Wells Fargo building, 2 feet taller than the church office building, 2 whole feet. So this next one is probably my favorite non-crime stop on the entire tour. It might honestly be my favorite stop out of all of it. Welcome to the Weller's book mural. It's one of my most favorite things. So this was painted in 2004 to celebrate the 75th anniversary of the bookstore that was in this building forever, obviously for 75 years in 2004. It's called Weller's Bookworks. Weller's has since moved to Trolley Square. They moved in 2012, but for the last 20 years, someone has been maintaining this mural. It looks amazing. They had always intended on doing a whole second shelf right above, but sadly that never actually ended up happening. And then they moved. There was another bookstore in this building for a while, and now it's just vacant. Sadly, I think it was because of the pandemic, but still, someone's coming through and touching it up. It's still got touches up over the summer. And yes, I obviously have a favorite. It's right there. Back when I was working in radio, my radio studio was just around the corner, and this is where I would come and cry when things got really hard, because, you know, if you're gonna cry somewhere, it better be nice. It better look pretty. This awning above the Quarters arcade bar is held up by these buffalo heads, and I don't have any historic or fun information about them. I just thought it was really cute. This one, this gigantic brick building, for a long time I thought was part of some sort of deep state Illuminati conspiracy, because look at the front. It has like this stone arch with a stone eye. I know what that means. I know that means they're always watching. So I looked into it, and then I looked at the top of the building, and it said IOOF. And that stands for the Independent Order of the OddFellows, which is a fraternal organization that was founded in England, made its way over to the United States, but they started as actually an early form of insurance in the United States before private insurance was really a thing. And if you had a medical bill come up, they would actually cover the cost after you've paid your dues. And then obviously private insurance kind of took that over. So they continued to be a fraternal organization. Fun fact for you, the first fraternal organization to welcome men and women into the fraternal order. And they are basically just a group of people that now like to get together and just do really nice things. They hang out, they socialize with each other, but they also get together and do big service projects and charity drives and stuff like that. So they continue to do just really nice things. Now, when that building was built, it was actually over here on this side of the road where I'm at. This is our old U.S. District Courthouse. When they needed to build this thing, they picked up that giant brick building on hydraulic lifts, moved it across the street, and just sort of plopped it down over there, which I don't even know how you do that. I mean, I'm no engineering wizard or anything, but like in sections, I guess, like I don't think you realize how far back that thing goes. That is very impressive. And that's just a little taste of the non-crime things that you will see on the Nightcat True Crime Walking Tour. Obviously, there's plenty of crime. Don't you worry. By the way, Right around here is where I saw that dead bird that gal stepped on while she was on a tour, which still one of the funniest things. Book your Nightcat True Crime Walking Tour. You are going to love it. And at some point we'll get back to doing regular episodes again, but I didn't know what to do. River Stomp was happening on my ceiling. I didn't know how to get away from it. So you got this week. You're welcome. Bye.